Good afternoon, Commissioners. Today I'd like to bring to your attention a potential fraud on an enormous scale happening in your county. There's now clear evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment. Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you. Outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions. In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, what's really interesting is that they train for spacewalks in an underwater pool with a complete ISS replica. Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space, because that sure would be something, wouldn't it? I'm calling on the Brevard County Commissioners to open a full investigation into NASA's fraudulent practices and use of taxpayer dollars. It costs NASA $3 billion per year to operate the ISS, and if they don't have a darn good explanation as to why they're faking these videos, I and the public would like a darn good explanation as to where our tax money is going. And if they are indeed faking the funk, it is our duty to expose and eliminate this fraudulent and astronomically wasteful ISS program. And look, I know what you're all thinking. The NASA is part of the federal government, and you're just county commissioners. Even if what I'm saying is true, what can you do? But let me remind you, not only is this happening in your county, as public officials, you have the platform and the ability to make a statement or hold a press conference, alerting the public, state, and federal authorities to investigate further. You have the power to start the conversation. Video evidence of everything I described today will be emailed to you all, and I truly hope we can get to the bottom of this. I look forward to the day that $3 billion annual budget is put towards our veterans, our homeless, maybe some of that mental health stuff the young lady just spoke about, and the revitalization of Brevard County.
Okay, in the Air Force, and we went back to Honolulu. Now, in this flight, this is crazy because we get through 20,000 feet, and it's 10:30 at night. We get through 20,000 feet, and the sun comes back up. And I'm looking at it thinking, what's with that? You know, so when we get to 41,000 feet, the sun's over there up and it's blazing. And, you know, so I had a few questions, all right? And these two pilots are looking at me like, here it comes. I says, hey, excuse me, this is beautiful, first of all, 41,000 feet. I don't get here very often. Never been back. Okay, but this is great. I mean, you can see the curvature of the Earth. And the pilot, he turned to me and says, where? Show me. And I won't go into too much detail, but he says, look, the sun's not going down. He says, you saw the sun come back up, right? I said, yeah. What's with that? He says, well, it's not going back down all night. You're going to see it off the left side. It's going to come around off the nose, and by Honolulu tomorrow morning, it's about 2 o'clock off the nose, and it'll be coming up. Really? What about the spin of the Earth? And the captain over there in the co-pilot seat, he looked at me and says, spin? He says, the Earth don't spin. So we get to Honolulu, and you know, the only thing that spun on me when we got to Honolulu was my head, because I saw the sun all night. It didn't go down. The Earth ain't spinning, and there's no curve. So I get out of the plane, and he says, oh, one more thing. He says, if the Earth is supposed to be round, like they say, okay, it's 8 inches per mile squared. That's the math on the curvature. Go find it. Look for it and go find it. The first thing I did was I got up the next day and I went out to the North Shore and I was looking for Kauai because I'd seen it before. And there it is, Kauai, 108 miles away. It's 5,400 feet high, so it's above, well, first of all, it should be below about 400 feet below the horizon. Okay? And I could see all the way to the beach on Kauai from 108 miles away. And so now here I am. You know, I'm a bona fide flat earther because I can't deny it. I can't deny it. And see, that's the problem with flat earthers. They go out and look, and now they come back, and they're surrounded by globe heads, and they get the horse's ass laughter. They get, you're a flat earther.
They built it for a flat, stationary Earth, and my goal is for some young fighter pilot to listen to what I just said, go out tomorrow and set the bottom of your L strobe on your altitude, run it out there to 80 miles, and that bottom altitude on your cursor will stay the same.